What does it mean to live a life of service? Oftentimes, people who serve the most do it without really any expectation.
But as Sean Giggy tells us, one pizza restaurant in Weatherford recently found out what happens when you live your life for others. Here's today's Giggy Bites.
For pizza lovers, the pizza place in Weatherford is a slice of heaven. In fact, all you see is appreciation. So imagine the shock when 2 months ago, the pizza place announced that after 43 years, the doors would be closing.
It was difficult, but we had to do it. I knew that it's what I needed to do.
Janine Grizzard is one of the owners, but says what really made this place special was her co-owner and husband, Roger.
He was up here from the time it opened in the morning until it closed at night, about 6 days a week, from the time we moved here till the day he died.
Back in May, Roger was killed when his SUV was hit by a truck. It was a devastating loss, not just for his family, but the entire community. A Vietnam veteran, Roger taught at the high school for 21 years. He'd always been so generous, so kind, always went out of his way to help others.
Most anybody that asked for something got something, and sometimes they got something even if they didn't ask.
If you knew him, you had a friend. If you knew him, you were loved. And
They had to hold his memorial service at the high school auditorium because there wasn't a church in Weatherford big enough.
If Dad ever refused to let you pay, bought your drinks, gave you 5 quarters for $1, would you please stand up?
Clearly, Roger was loved.
But nobody really knew just how much he was loved until last week when Janine decided to reopen the pizza place.
You ready?
The first day back in business, customers lined around the building, and at least a dozen former employees came back to work for free. They served nearly 400 pizzas before running out of supplies.
Thank you all for coming in.
And it has been this way every day since.
I knew there were good people in Weatherford, and I knew that there were people who cared about him, but the extent has been overwhelming.
Janine says the pizza place is here to stay because, like Roger, their job may be to sell pizza, but their calling is to serve.
Thank you.
In Weatherford, I'm Sean Giggy.
That's got me wanting to get on the freeway and head west to Weatherford, pick up some pizza and help some folks out.
I need to wait for lunchtime for that. They may want us to wait, but that's a great story. Thanks, Giggy. Much more ahead at 6.